question would be the services rendered by the promised Messiah before he claimed that he was the promised Messiah in favor of Islam against the other religions.
Right. You see, first of all, he claimed that Islam is the most perfect religion in all teachings. And the Holy Quran is a perfect book in which you cannot find a single, even a dot which has been added by man. Or you cannot point at even a dot which has been taken out of the Quran by human hands. So not only a perfect book, but a perfectly guarded book. This is the claim he made in his debates with Christians, with Hindus, with other faiths, and said, if you can bring a book to prove that this book equals the Holy Quran in this regard, show me. And in this area he had huge debates with all religions, or many important religions I should say, and proved beyond a shadow of doubt that the Holy Quran was perfect in its claim of perfection, and right in its claim of perfect security from interpolation by human hands. That is, nahnu nazzalna zikra, inna nahnu nazzalna zikra, wa innahu lahu lahafizun. This one small area of his services belonged to this field. Another point which he raised is very important too. He said, not only do I say that no change was made in the book by human hands, but he also claimed that no change was made by God himself either. There was no nasikh, no mansukh. While prior to him, the Muslim scholars of centuries had gone even to the extent of believing that at one time 500 verses of the Holy Quran were involved in nasikh mansukh.
I remember 512.
512, that's right, yes. And later on, the closest to him was Shah Waliullah Muhaddis Dehlevi, who said that I have been able to, many scholars before him attempted to resolve the contradictions. They thought the contradictions. And said, we have discovered everything is all right. Prior to him, Ibn Arabi claimed that there are only 21 verses which belong to this category. The rest is the failure of ulama to understand. And Maulana Sayyid Waliullah Shah Muhaddis Dehlevi, he said, no, even he was mistaken. There were 5 such verses. Hadhrat Masih Maud, there is not one. And I challenge the whole world. Whoever points at a contradiction, that this seems to be a contradiction, so both could not be right. I can prove, and he did prove, beyond a shadow of doubt, that the Quran was neither changed by human hands nor changed by God himself. And when he claimed this, he challenged others to present their books in the same light. He said, I am going to prove that the opposite is true about your books. There you find the change, the hand of change, in 2 ways. God revealed revelations and changed them in accordance with the change of time and the need of the age. And human hands, they played havoc with their books. So this single service alone is so wonderful that if you read the history of Muslim scholars, you will be surprised at how much he has written on this and how he pinpointed the area of debate which would prove Islam to be the right and the others to be wrong. And I'll inform you the principles in the light of which he fought the battles for Islam. He didn't take up the cudgel haphazardly, this and that. He first clearly laid down principles which had to be accepted by the enemy as the sound principles. Then he challenged them to come and have a debate. For instance, he said, a teachings which claims to be universal, has to make this claim clearly and in clear words in the book itself. If you attribute this claim to the books and we don't find it there, then it is just meaningless. You're not God, you have no right to claim the quality of a book which the book itself does not claim. So he challenged them. He said, I am going to prove that the teachings of Islam is universal according to the claim of the Quran, and I will prove that the Prophet of Islam is universal according to the claim of Quran. We will take up the debate later on, but first bring those references with you where your books have made the same claims. Where Old Testament has made the claim about Moses, New Testament about Jesus Christ, that he is a universal prophet. No such claim is made. And he fought his battles most successfully. And he said, from the Quran I am going to say, so if the claim is not there, what is the point in debating the issue? But he said, no, I am not running away. There is no claim, yet I am going to fight the issue on other grounds.